It's always, the final talk is always not nice to be part of, but I'm here. I'm very happy to be here, and I'm Jeanette from the library. I have gotten the task of 20 minutes to talk about what we actually do in the library, the setup. It's maybe to sort of promise a lot, because we don't do the screenplay, the storytelling. That's what you should do. We provide technical facilities. So basically the support is what Edith touched upon, and even Thomas did. Something about media lab. Some of you have been taking a tour, a very brief one, during lunch break. So that's basically it. But I can't stop telling about some of the other things. So I have an agenda for 20 minutes. It's about why video abstracts also is one new part of being visible as a researcher. It's part of the scholarly communication flow. We're talking about open access this week. We are talking about open scholarly communication stuff. So video abstracts is part of that. That's why we are interested in it from the library part. And we do a lot of the research registration, which is based on the computers. The publications that we register for you. It has nothing to do with videos and sounds and stuff, but so far, but it could be in the future. Then I'll tell you something about the Media Lab, and of course, I've asked 2 questions about copyright. You have heard them, and we have to deal with that as well. Not just the copyright for the videos, but also what we actually put in the videos. So that's basically the agenda. When we talk about scholarly communication, we have for ages, and 2 guys from the publishing houses have talked about that, it's scientific publications. And when researchers are looking into where to publish, it's a part of doing a sort of a strategic move to make their output visible. We also know that a lot of peer-reviewed papers is never going to be cited. It might be read, but it's never going to be cited. So it's out there, available through library licensing and stuff, but it might not be visible to everyone because there's information overload. So you need to consider, if you want to have your message out, you might need to consider other tools. Open access is one part, because it can be open for also industry and the smaller societies, not people who are lucky to be in a university like ours where we have subscriptions for a lot of things, but it's actually available for people that a university like ours work with. So open access is also one way of making it more available and more easy. One of the things is that we put everything on all kinds of social media. And we now are allowed to put videos out there, and that's great, but we also know that a lot of researchers are looking into this. They're looking into YouTube channels, videos, Vimeo videos, but they're also looking into tweeting about their papers. Now it's out to look at it, have a like it and stuff. Even put it on Facebook. We have a great system here, CampusNet, which is where all the teaching is done, but people is actually also conducting teaching materials on wikis or Facebook. So we know that all these are in play when we talk about output. Video abstracts is just another way of doing it. This particular girl here, Karen McLean, she is a geologist and she works in the field where she talks about her research. And she actually has a very, very good 10-step guideline on how to create your own videos. And I'll have that link at the end of my presentation. And I wouldn't mind sharing these presentations if you want them to come to about afterwards. But she's actually working with this, sort of like handheld videos, not having a media lab like ours, but she has a sort of like a selfie stick, and she has a good microphone, and she's in the field talking about her research. So there are all kinds of ways of doing it. When we were sort of looking into video abstracts to prepare this day, we saw all kinds of video abstracts, even very analog ones where people were drawing, I don't know, big calculus like we saw in the beginning of the slides, and we had something telling about that. We have, for 3 years now, I think, actually had as an author a course where it's about making your research visible. And the reason why we have that is because since 2012, the library has conducted the research registration for every researcher at every institute at DTU. And in order to promote what visibility that actually makes for a researcher, because the publication is out, visible, the infrastructure makes it visible, also in searching by Google and other tools, we have had this course called Making Research Visible, which is half of the 1 hour lecture is about research registration, what we do, and the other part is what we know you do. I mean, you tweet about it and you promote yourself in all kinds of things. And that's what it's all about, making research visible, because you're all in line for the same funding. When you're researchers, you are competitive. There's a need to be more visible than the people from Copenhagen, for instance. But that's part of that. The research registration publications are collected by research registration team and registered in DTU. But we're talking about the research output, the publications so far. And as Gitte mentioned at the beginning, it might be fun to look at the video abstracts, who post the blog posts and stuff also being linked in connection with the publications. So, we don't promise you anything, but you can actually already do it yourself if you want to. This, we consider it an activity in this particular system, so you can upload the file yourself and the information about it. You might have seen this. This is part of our campaign for open access, because we have a national strategy in Denmark where we want to have as many publications open access as possible. And if publications is open access, video abstract is open access, it's not visible. As I said, we have the infrastructure. When things is in orbit, even though it's a publication video abstract, it's sort of pushed out to all other different places where people are searching. We know the researchers, they don't normally search in Science Direct all the time. They search in Google Scholar, even though Science Direct is good, DTU Find is good, all the other databases is good, people go to Google. So if it's not visible on Google, it doesn't exist. So that's why we have made sure that DTU Orbit is also pushed into Google Scholar. And then we try to sort of lure them back so that it can actually come back to the different specific tools that we actually provide for them. We're talking about video abstracts, and we have touched upon that. But a video abstract is kind of like a small motion picture. I just took that from Wikipedia, and I'm sorry, but that's the best I could find in a hurry. But the thing is, actually, it shouldn't be more than 2 to 5 minutes, no longer than 5. And it should be very quickly to ascertain the purpose of what's actually written in the article. So it is linked to the scientific peer-reviewed publication, but it's just a short summary. And as I said in one of the comments earlier on, I believe that these video abstracts could be very good for new researchers and new students actually to look at, because they might understand the article content much better in order to sort of start reading the content. We promote so much information, but to sort of get it out in the open and to get one article written instead of another one, these videos, in my point of view, might be the one tricking it over to the students actually reading these scientific articles instead of just reading textbooks. I do a lot of teaching, and when I'm out at the bachelor students starting to search for the first time, they're very confused because there's so much information. But if we could have one video or 2 videos to sort of kickstart it all, then it might be better for them to start being interested in looking into scientific literature. So, and as I said, it's associated with the accepted peer review paper. So that's basically how we see a video abstract. It is peer, you said it wasn't peer reviewed, but it's still a part of the peer review process if it's done correctly, in my point of view. We saw Matti earlier, and in Institute of Physics, this is screened up from the website here. His video is actually just a part of the whole thing. I mean, we have every basic info. You can see it's a review article, and you can see the abstract, the real scientific abstract. But in here, he and his co-author is talking about this research that they have done in the article. It's a 2-minute video. We couldn't show it. I can, so I'll just make it a second. One example is that we could actually encourage Matti to make that available side by side in our DTU Orbit, because we could either put a link in, deep link into the website in Institute of Physics, or if he's allowed copyright issue-wise by Institute of Physics, we can put it in the file. That means that when people are searching for Matti, they might find him in Institute of Physics website, they might find him in DTU Orbit, side by side with the information, so things are sort of collected, gathered together. We have the DOI, the original DOI to that article in DTU Orbit, alongside the final published version because it's behind our paywall. If we are on the other side of the paywall, it's another business. You only see the DOI. So that is a way of sort of making your researchers more visible side by side. I was just talking to some colleagues from communications, and they were talking about putting video abstracts maybe on websites because they could also promote institute website and that way say this is the kind of research that we do. So there are actually ways of promoting the researchers. So are you interested in seeing a video abstract on a video abstract day? Okay. Lucky we have some. This is Matthew. You've seen him before?
University of Denmark.
Maybe we should see him a bit.
We work with conjugated polymers, and quite recently we went into their high pressure research with Professor Kuha. And in this review now we identify some factors which are important when they are compressed. First of all, anisotropy, secondly, planarization, and thirdly, the degree of order. And we hope that the review is a good survey of what has been done and useful when planning new research. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in. My name is Suchi Kuhu. I'm a professor of physics at the University of Missouri in Columbia, USA. Here in Missouri, we work in the area of organic electronics. Our work spans all the way from optical spectroscopic studies of biconjugated polymers and molecules to optoelectronic devices. High pressure is an elegant tool to enhance intermolecular interactions in biconjugated systems and influence their molecular geometry without changing the chemical environment. This technique serves as a platform to understand the impact of tuning both interchain as well as intra-chain interactions on the optical, structural, and electronic properties of conjugated polymers.
Here you see an image of a typical Merrill Bassett type diamond anvil cell where samples may be loaded in a hydrostatic environment. A small chip of ruby serves as the pressure calibrant. As an example, under 6 gigapascal of pressure, a blue-emitting polyfluorine sample is seen to emit in the green. Optical studies of blue-emitting biconjugated polymers under pressure were conducted at the university here more than a decade ago. However, at that stage, there were no structural studies under pressure available from these systems. In the past 6 years or so, we have worked with Professor Napila on X-ray diffraction studies of polyfluorines under pressure. This has opened up a new dimension. We can finally correlate structure to fundamental optical and electronic processes under pressure. There are several excellent reviews in the area of high-pressure techniques and their applications to inorganic semiconductors. However, to date, there is no comprehensive review in the area of high-pressure studies of biconjugated systems. We try to bridge this gap in this review article.
So that's video abstract. We saw Matty, and he was probably just, there was a black wall, and he was just sort of in studying it all, and then the researcher from Columbia sort of continued. So it's a way of dealing with these issues, so we can do the same in our lab, sort of mixing and editing. As I said just before, if Matthew would like to, he could actually ask us to have these two things linked together as an activity in DTU Library. We can do that, he can upload it himself, and we will merge it and find it, the things in DTU Library side by side. It's one of the services that the library provides. The next part is what you have seen, some of you might have seen in the lab, is the media lab. There was some confusion if learning lab, the media lab, the DTU lab, whatever lab was the same. But the thing is that it's all located in this area of building 101. And media lab is in our basement, and it's actually two studios where you can go in and record in one studio, and go in and produce and edit in the other studio. And they're very professionally set up. This is the recording studio, an example of that, and you can go in and have a look at this website. And the recording takes place behind, there's a screen where you can have slideshow running if you want to. You can remove this curve, and then you can have a green, sort of like green room where you afterwards can put in things. So there are different options. Everything is in place. There's how many meters from the camera to where you're standing is also, there's some technical guys and theoretical things being taking place. So everything is very easy. You book it. Of course, it's not just, we call it a walk-in studio, but just you don't walk in because it could be occupied. But you can go in on the library website and book the rooms for anything for a whole day, for 2 days, whatever time you need. And then you go with your own DTU shoes, so you have it as your card. You go to the counter over there where the library is, and then you borrow the hard drives and everything you need to sort of edit and move it along. And things that has been set up once in this room, if you know how many meters you're going this way or the other way, they remember. It's a smart media lab actually, so they remember things that you have put in before. So all these things is being taken care of, and we have even assistants that can help you with it. It's just a matter of asking us to do that. The post-production part works both on Windows and Macs, so no matter what tools you use, you can go in and have it. And we know that now it might be a sort of a struggle to do the first video abstract or do the first recording of yourself. But I mean, it's a free studio. You can go there and use the tools yourself. You don't have to show the video to everyone, but just go and experience it. If you have half an hour or a day, then you can be a couple of colleagues or PhD students and go and test it out in the basement. It's actually quite fun. The library used it for a personal day where we actually filming ourselves, and it's very scary to see yourself in movies, but it's fun as well, even when we are involved. So sometimes you can actually have a good time and just test it out. It's there for you to use, so use it. And then the copyright and the support. And it's not a finger saying you can't do anything. I mean, we now have 2 publishers saying you can do a lot of things. But the thing is, we actually have some experts. So if you are in doubt, if you can use, I don't know, a music, I don't know, Beethoven's Fifth or something in your video, then ask us. We have a team of experts. One of them, but we have one, Neda, she's one of those who deals with our licensing. So she knows when we can put out things from our journal licensed information for course packages and stuff. And we have these 2 legal advisors, and we have another guy called Casper, and he is also very into open access and copyrights and stuff. So we can help you and assist you. And if I'm in doubt, I never say yes or no to a question. I ask my colleagues in the team. So we are actually a team of legal advisors, librarians, and license negotiators who can actually help you and assist you with different issues. And the issues can be all kinds of things. And videos is not just video abstracts today, it's also videos for teaching. So if you have any of these issues, we are there as well. We have one mail that you can contact us at, and it's called in Danish, ophavsret at DTU UK, and we enter that every day, and we reply as soon as we can. So it's basically, I mean, research and video abstracts go side by side, and all the publications and the video abstracts is out there to make it visible. And we can tweet about it, we can put it on Facebook, these video abstracts, to sort of promote your research. That's great. But we want to do it professionally, and that's why we have the lab. And things like that to sort of assist you in doing these things, because we know it's something that's growing. But to finalize my 20 minutes, we actually have a question for you. Because when we were planning this day, Thomas, me, and Andrew, and Joel Cornelius, she's not here, we were talking about maybe conducting or offering sort of like a hands-on workshop for people working with their own smartphones, their own selfie sticks and a microphone, learning how to do a very short introductory videos about themselves. So our final question is, would you be interested in having a day like that? I mean, we have the Media Lab and there's videos on our website, so you can go and have it there. But if you're interested in the library facilitating a workshop day, then that would be an idea we have. But if you say no, we don't want to go further on that. Just a final question to you. If you're interested, then give us a call or give Thomas a mail back, and then we will have we have a very good contact in Denmark called John Widow, and he does that. So in 2 days or half a day or something, he can actually teach us how to use our smartphone, how to use all the apps on a smartphone, and how to sort of build up and do it journal-wise.
So even if you don't want to make video abstracts, it's great to summer holiday plan.
Yeah. Better videos of yourself to put on YouTube. That was what I had. And then a black screen. And if there's any question for me,